Hey, everybody, welcome to Pink Shade. It's Monday. It's Mugshot Monday. I'm coming to you from the beach. And I'm from this.
Mm.
Look at there's the closet door. Listen, I don't know if do you remember? This is Keisha, by the way, guys. Do you remember?
Hey.
Hey, do you remember that 90-day season where we had Clayton and I think her name was like Anali? I can't remember. She was from
I didn't watch that season.
Peru, but he was the one that had the guinea pigs. And he would be like, "Oh, the guinea pigs, when they do this, that means they want to mate. And if they do this, whoop, 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 that means they're having fun." He was like obsessed with his guinea pigs and he had like his whole apartment taken up by guinea pig cages and stuff.
Oh, geez.
And his mom lived with him and fully 100% had put her in the coat closet in the den
Oh,
area.
no, I saw that. I remember
Mhm.
her living in a closet. I was like, who does that to their mother?
Well, the funniest part about it was at the reunion, Ashley and Manuel were there. So that was 90 day OG season 10. So because Ashley and Manuel were on that season, and we think he's so funny. And he at the reunion, they were like, "Clayton, let's talk about, why your mother was in the closet." He's like, "First of all, she chose to put her bed there. We didn't like close the door. That's what she chose to do." And the mom had like a lot of teeth missing and had been like a hoarder and a drug addict. And so like, I guess he's like, "Look, it's better than being homeless." And none of the other sisters who had like big homes wouldn't take her in and whatever. But
Oh, that's
he's
sad.
explained it's sad, the whole situation. And Manuel, he doesn't speak very good English or English at all. It's like, "Clayton, why mommy in closet?" So we say that all the time. "Why mommy in closet?" But guys, guess what? Look at me. I'm in a closet. I don't know if you can
In
say
a closet.
I'm in a closet. This is where my office is set up for this week. So that's what's happening here. Get used to it.
Well, I saw
This
your poor child doesn't have electricity at home.
Oh my God, you guys. So we're recording this on Saturday. This is coming out Monday. Please, baby Jesus, in the words of Melissa Gorga, please, baby Jesus, let the power be on by Monday when this comes out, because
It's still out?
Keisha, I don't know. We don't know when it's going to come on because so Anna's at home with the dogs. We're at the beach. Because two huge trees fell across the GW Parkway.
Oh, boy.
The GW Parkway is the main thoroughfare.
Okay.
You could take the GW Parkway. The theory is all the way from Mount Vernon, where George Washington, all the way to the Capitol. Okay, so it like goes
Okay.
all the way from the end of Alexandria, which is Mount Vernon, George Washington's home, all the way into DC. So it's a huge thoroughfare for us because we get on the Parkway quickly, get to Old Town, whatever.
Right.
Well, a tree fell across the Parkway in one of the main areas, killed somebody. Like somebody was
Oh,
driving their car and
no.
a tree fell and killed them while they were driving their car.
Oh, that's horrible, Mary Payne.
And a second tree fell and killed somebody just like several blocks away, closer to Mount Vernon. So those
Oh, God.
trees don't necessarily affect our area. You know what I mean? Like normally if like
Yeah.
a breaker or something goes out, it's just
Yeah.
our area. But this is a 43,000 people are out of power. So, and because our little breaker area on that system, I mean, I'm literally talking like the biggest dummy, but from what I can gather, our little area, our little square on the map serves, a couple of hundred people. So Dave's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, we're like low priority." They got to get
Oh,
the
that's
area
sad.
that's got the hospital. They got to get the area with the old folks home.
So
There's two.
fortunately, we live by 2 hospitals.
See, so you'll get up faster. But
So, yeah.
so Anna is like, a couple of her friends do live closer to the hospital. So she's like, "I guess I could take the dogs and go over there." But
Is it hot?
she's not too hot. Now we have, and thank you, Amy Archer, told me a long time ago about this. It's like about the size of this laptop. It's a square. It's a like
Mhm.
tiny little generator. It probably weighs 2
Okay.
pounds. But you
Okay.
just keep it fully charged and you can plug in literally like a fan in your phone and it'll last for days. Now, if
Oh
you
my
plug in
god.
like your fridge,
No, not
it
so
doesn't
much.
last so long, but I just bought a second one actually, but thank goodness we had it. And Dave thought it was so stupid. This like $100. It wasn't like it was expensive, but we bought it a while back because I was like, I'm just so nervous when these power outages come. If we all have to
Yep.
get in the basement, at least we need to have like run a box fan,
Right.
to get some air circulating. So that's
So
what she
all the
did.
food is gonna be gone. For the
Oh,
refrigerator and the
'cause
freezer.
it's been out since yesterday morning, so yeah. So
Ouch.
Dave and John are going home tomorrow, and then I'll be headed to New York, and then I'm coming back here because I
Yes.
rented this place for a couple of weeks. But,
Yeah.
anyway, it's it's scary, and
It's
I just keep
bad.
I am, like, worried to find out who those 2 people that got hit by those trees driving their car.
How
I know, this is a
horrible.
bummer. It's really upsetting. So, Mary, best friend Mary who lives right now around
Yes.
the corner,
Mhm.
she's been out of town because her daughter's graduating. Guy got her master's degree at UVA, like, whoop, whoop,
Mhm.
yay, Grace. And she is there. So she's like, I can't even have Anna come over with the dogs and we can like bitch together. She's like,
No.
we won't be home till tonight. She's like, but I did have Anna walk over to my house to see if any trees had fallen on my
Check. Yeah,
house.
I
Yeah.
bet.
Yeah.
That is scary. I mean, just you're driving in a fucking tree.
I know. And Anna said, that it just in addition to like being in the dark, it's just nonstop sirens. So she's like, I the dogs are freaking out. She tries to
I
down
was gonna ask
Ginger. She
you.
tries to
Yeah.
down Ginger because even though
Yeah.
she's on Prozac, girl, you can't.
She need a little something extra to get
She
through.
also extra.
Love
And then Anna had,
you, Ginger.
four butcher knives, four of the largest knives she could find, and put them in the basement with her.
Yeah.
I I said, Anna. And then Dave, I got so mad at Dave and John last night because they were, like, making fun of her. Like, we did, like, FaceTime with her and we hung up. "Oh, that's so ridiculous. She's so dramatic." And I said, "You guys, shut
She
up."
all by herself at nighttime and there's no electricity. Like I would be freaking out.
She feels
Like,
comfortable but at home alone because we have an alarm system.
well,
And
that's
then the
not
alarm
working
system
right now,
doesn't
right?
work. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, "So,
Oh.
no." I said, "You guys don't understand." Dave goes, "Has anybody ever broken into our house?" I go, "That's your barometer? Has
Well,
anybody
this will
ever
be
broken
the
into our house?"
perfect excuse for people to do stupid things like that. It's like, oh, there's
Right.
no electricity. Let's do this. Let's do that. Yeah, that is like a major thing.
And I said, "You shut up." I was so mad at them, and they were like, "Whoa, you're so sensitive." I go, "No." I go, "Don't make fun of her for being scared. I would be scared, and I'm a
I
grown
would be
woman."
scared. Yeah. Yeah, me too. Especially at night. Like, people do stupid stuff. Like they think, oh, no one's at home. Someone's home alone. Let's go break into. Yes, that is when like people thrive in situations like
Have you
this.
ever
So
heard of, like, looting and stuff? That's what happens when power
yeah.
goes out. So, anyway,
Yep.
I was just like, "Shut up, men." Anyway, I
I
got really
know.
it was family fight at the beach. That was fun. So, and then I sat down and had my high noons and wrote my notes on this, and I was very happy. Um, Nobody would watch a documentary with me last night, so I did my notes on this instead.
Oh,
But I have to tell you
okay.
something, Keisha. So, what they always say that the episode before the finale is the penultimate episode, is the best
Mhm.
episode.
Mhm.
It's not
Yeah.
always the case, but in this case, I think we got it. I think
It's
we got
pretty
the
good.
best
It was
episode.
I was like, "Oh, hurry up, commercial break. Hurry up, hurry up. I wanna see what's gonna happen next." So,
Yeah.
it was like that. This season has flown by.
There were a couple of things where I was like, "Oh, what's Keisha gonna say?" And when we
Oh
get to
gosh.
it, you'll know what it is.
Oh boy, you never know what I'm gonna say. You never know. You never know.
Ah, I am going to stand up really quickly and reach
Okay.
to get a little pillow to go behind my back. So I'm sorry if you have to.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh, if you're watching on video, there you go. You got to see my Grateful Dead t-shirt.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you're watching on video, I'm like trying to work out a bang hair that's stuck in the
I know.
eyelashes.
Can you not just grab the whole bang and pull it up, or that'll mess up your look?
That'll mess up my hair then.
Mm,
Then I'll be walking to the bathroom to comb my bangs back out. It's just I'm a clusterfuck this morning.
yeah, I know, guys.
Just
Keisha's
all the
going through it.
things.
She's going through it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's get this done quickly so you can go back to.
I think everyone's quite happy that I'm in a room by myself right now because everyone's a little scared. I literally saw Marvel hiding behind James, and then I saw him in front of James, like to protect James. And as soon as he saw me
Protect
coming, he
him.
just ran to give me a hug. And I'm like, "You better pick a side. You better pick the right side." And James is like, "What can I do today that's not going to have you pissed off at me?" He goes, "Because every single thing I've done has pissed you off today."
If anybody
Okay.
has, and we talk about this a lot in the Facebook group, so if anybody has any pro tips for perimenopause for people like Keisha and I that have breast cancer in our family and cannot take hormones,
Mhm, mhm.
um, reach out with hot tips. Don't DM me at Pink Shade Pod. DM
Yeah,
Keisha, the Libra Lounge with Keisha.
yeah,
Did you
yeah.
fix your DMs?
I did. I did.
Okay,
Now I'm
okay,
getting all these messages that are coming in. Yeah, I had to
okay,
go fix the settings and all that. So I
okay.
think we turned that off because we kept getting porn stuff,
Right.
like porn messages and stuff. Yeah.
That always goes over to my hidden, and then, like, once a week, I go over, and it'll say, "You have no hidden messages," and then you click it, and then, like, 50 come up, and every single emoji is, like, the water or the
Yes.
eggplant.
It was like
Um,
Jawalia sent us messages because she
yes.
likes the eggplant and the water and all that good
I
stuff.
just
So
do
yeah,
mark all, delete all. I scroll through really quick just to because, those hidden
make
messages
sure.
is how, Stacy of Christine and Stacy reached out to me, and it was in that hidden
Hmm.
because she has, like, a fake account with, like, no picture and no followers.
Okay.
And that's why
So
so
see.
I do scroll through just to make sure there's nobody in there, but then I usually hit delete all. So anyway, that has nothing to do with anything. Let us talk about these people, okay? Let's do it.
Okay.
All right, this
Woo.
was a great episode in my
Yes.
humble opinion. Let me turn my phone. It's
Bus.
buzzing. Sorry. Um, Love After Lockup season 6 episode 9, Can't Buy Me Love. Let's start with Alexis and Julius.
Mm, mm,
Um,
mm.
4 weeks out of prison for old um what did we say he looks like, a Furby?
A Furby, Teddy Ruxpin. Is that how you said his last
Mhm,
name?
mhm,
Some kind
mhm,
of electronic doll, Showbiz Pizza, Chuck E.
mhm.
Cheese, old school, Blink
Yeah,
Blink.
or like an
Yeah,
owl, like, "Hoo,
got to.
hoo." Yeah.
Except
So
he doesn't have big eyes.
because 'cause they're very high all the
They're
time,
very, very,
very
yeah.
high.
Yeah.
It's the underbite, I think. It's like, "What?
That doesn't help it.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Still think he's got potential to be super good looking. If he wouldn't have tatted up his face, because he's tall and thin, he, like, could have been a model. He fucked it up by messing with his face. His face was
Long
his
as he doesn't
moneymaker.
have to talk. Yeah, be a model. Don't
Yes.
talk. Because when that mouth, that mumble mouth, I cannot, just makes me want to slap him. Like, get the word out. Like,
The
stop.
people of Cincinnati, Ohio are big fans of face tattoos. Big, big fans.
I don't get it. I don't.
So Alexis and her friend Maya are, looking for Julius. They're driving in the car. Now they pull up to this parking lot of Vengeance, the clothing store,
Mm-hmm.
and there are a bunch of girls around, and they're in the parking lot. And he says, "We're just about to go in and get clothes. What's your problem?" And she goes, "Who are these girls?" He goes, "These girls just vibing in the studio." And she goes, "Why aren't you answering your phone?" And he goes, "We good. We good." And she goes, "You're being real nonchalant." And now we
Very.
now we see his friend. First of all, he doesn't know what nonchalant means. But second of
No.
all, we see his friend Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Who was this troll that came out from under a bridge?
It is like, in order to be friends with him, you have to be a light skinned black guy with dreads, bad teeth, you potentially have troll to be part of his crew because they all look like cousins.
Check, 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 check. All those things.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes,
They
you're
all
so
look like
right.
cousins. I'm like, every time I see one, I'm like, that's his cousin. I'm like, no, it's a friend, brother in law, this, and that. I'm like, where the fuck did this guy come from? We thought he was
Well,
out lying with Tyler.
Drew looks like he's his little brother. He's I'm like, is this a 13-year-old? Is it, or maybe just because Julius is so
Julius
tall?
is so tall.
Yeah.
I think it was both. Both can be true.
God. So his buddy and brother-in-law, air quote, Tyler
Hmm.
calls another loser. And she goes, "Okay, wait, now you're on the phone with Tyler." She goes, "You're acting like you don't give a fuck. I just
He doesn't.
caught you with two girls in my car." And he goes, "You didn't catch me. We just going to get the clothes from the store." And this girl goes, I'm going to try to say it with a straight face.
Hmm.
This girl goes, "Hey, babe, don't worry about it. We just video girls." And the other girl looks right at the camera and sticks her face between
Hmm.
Maya and Alexis and goes, "Yeah, we just video girls."
First of all, bitches, y'all need to stay safe. Stay behind, stay silent. And I tell you what, I have seen many of video girls, video hoes, video vixens. Perhaps for this particular video they were shooting, they needed crackheads walking down the street because that is what these two girls look like. Like, what in the actual fuck was going on here? Like, huh?
When when I tell you they get a talking head, Adrienne and Amani. Now, I was so concerned. So Amani had this huge tattoo on her chest that was like
Mm-hmm.
of a bonsai tree, but
Mm-hmm.
underneath it, you could see was a
Mm-hmm.
big square she was trying to cover up. And on her arm right here, she had a heart tattoo, but around it was the remnant of another tattoo.
So she probably had like Julius here, Julius there, and then covered him up because Julius didn't get her name tattooed on him. It was just bad.
These girls, and it literally says underneath, Adrienne and Amani models.
Stop this. No, they're not. They I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Baps, but they look like extras from the movie Baps. This was bad. Their hair was bad. Their clothes were bad. Like, he looked like he picked them up from off the street. Maybe they were at the studio to deliver drugs. I don't know. But they were not there to do any kind of modeling.
I died when it literally gave them a chyron of models. And they go, well, yeah, we didn't even know Julius like had a girlfriend. We're just doing videos. We're just models. We went to the studio, you know, for the video. We're just models. We're models. I was like, just because you say it doesn't mean it's true.
No, and they just kept saying it and saying, I'm like, every time you say it, you look stupider to me. Because, but you know what? Nowadays, anyone can be a fucking model. So you know what? Kudos to them and their modeling career. Because I know.
When those two girls were sticking their little faces between Alexis and Maya going, looking at the camera and looking back and forth, we're just models. We're just models. It was like, is that the line we were supposed to say? He literally picked him off the street corner. It was bad.
It looked like he picked them up in front of Vengeance because they were trying to catch a ride or something like that. Like, this is horrible. If they are models for video, the budget must have been $0. Actually, -$0. Like, this is all we could get for free. This is horrible.
It was crazy. So he keeps saying, we good, we good. And she says, why do you think we're good? I've been calling you all day. Julia says, at the end of the day, I'm a rapper. And there are times I'm going to be with girls, and she needs to understand that.
Okay. Julius. That may be there's some level of truth to that. But that can also get your ass kicked. Let's just go back to the Met Gala. Can't remember what year it was. Jay-Z was cheating on Beyonce, and Solange, Beyonce, and Jay-Z were in that elevator. Solange went upside Jay-Z's head because he had been fucking around on her sister. Just keep that in mind when you're thinking about women are always going to be around me because I'm a rapper. And you ain't making no money. You're not about to get a record deal. I saw some little rinky-dink video that he posted. And I'm like, oh, bless his heart.
Oh, you did? Oh, please send it to me. I'd love to see it.
It was on TikTok. I was just, oh, God, as you would say, God bless.
God bless. So, so at the end of the day, I'm a rapper. There are times I'm going to be with girls. She needs to understand that. And he drives off in her car, and there's like a piece hanging off the front.
Tear the whole car up. How are you going to be in my shit that's already fucked up and you're fucking get up even more driving away from me in a parking lot with your friend?
It's like you got to pull that piece off the bottom. You're going to mess up the whole car. So she is saying to production, Alexis is like, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Like, forget it, you know?
Yeah. So I mean, she went there to tell him that she's pregnant.
I know. She, again, like you and Wah said, she didn't put on a speck of color corrector, not a speck of powder. She just she just flung that bonnet off the top of her head and went right on.
And the most dreadful part about that whole scene was that awful denim skirt she had on.
I know.
That is unforgivable. We had a lot of bad fashion this episode.
We did. And I think I think Alexis is really very pretty. I do.
Okay, well, we'll have a difference of opinion.
I know you don't agree with me. I know that's okay. So the talking head, she says, him pulling off is the ultimate disrespect in my own car, no less. He's just childish, and I was going to tell him we're having a baby, but he acts like a baby.
The way I would have jumped on the hood of my car as he was trying to drop off, like, you're not taking my shit. If you're taking my shit, you taking me with you, because I need to know where you're going. So we just gonna be riding dirty.
I'm just getting a vision of James and like y'all's Range Rover with you like jumping on the hood.
James, no, I don't play. I will act a fucking hillbilly fool in a second. With no apologies. Zero apologies. But I will say there was a picture posted of them at their gender reveal.
Okay.
And when I tell you, he's standing next to her with like, it looked like she forced him to put his hand on her stomach. And he looks the exact same way he looked when he met Ashley for the first time.
Hey.
Like, oh, shit. Okay. And I think she's already had the baby.
Uh-huh.
I think it's a girl. And
Okay.
she said that she will be showing the baby pretty soon. So I guess she's waiting till after the season is over with.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes back in the car. He goes into the store and he tells the two girls, like, I see you at the studio. Bye bye. And they're like, where is the studio? Because he just
They're like,
finished up
how do we
the.
get back? Like, we don't have a ride. Or you got to pay for my Uber? Like, what is going on? Like, it was
Oh,
horrible.
good. So Maya's like, he didn't even answer you. He just like dropped the car off
Mm-mm.
and left. He's not even talking to you.
Mm-mm.
So the
Nope.
talking head, Julius says, it's not that I don't care of our feelings. I just may show it in a different way. And she knows that from being around me so much. And I might be nonchalant, whatever that means, but this is how I deal
Yeah.
with my shit.
He's
Um,
dealing with it like an 18-year-old boy would.
because that's what he is.
That's what he is. Yeah. And she has got to, he's only been through 4 weeks of training. Like it takes 6 weeks to really kind of get someone like to
That's right.
moving with the training. Then you
Yeah.
sign up for another session of training. Like
Yeah.
we're in the beginner's level. He's got a long way to go. He
You're
can
so
barely
right.
talk.
You're so right. You're right. So the talking head Maya goes, look, if he would have picked up the phone from the beginning, none of this
Yep.
would have happened. And he treated it like a joke. And I just don't want this for my
Yep.
friend, you know? So Maya says, I want the best for you. And Maya is like, I'm your friend. I
Yes.
want the best for you. And you don't need to go through this.
Yep.
And Alexis goes, what am I going to do? I'm going to break up with him now. And she goes,
Yes.
and Alexis goes, he still has to hear it from me when he gets home. Like, I'm still going to ream him out when, and Maya goes, right. That's
Mm-hmm.
fine. You can ream him out when he gets home, but this is your relationship. You can do what you want. I'm your friend. I'm here for you no matter what, but
Right.
you cannot bring a baby into this. This is too much. Now we know what Maya is suggesting, but we
Yeah.
also know Alexis' history with being pregnant. And so
Right.
we also see the internet and know that she's going to have the baby. So
Yeah.
in the talking head, Alexis says, his mindset is it's his way or no way. And it's frustrating. It's like he doesn't care how he made me feel and he doesn't want to admit he's wrong. And I feel like I deserve more. Like I know I deserve more. And I deserve someone who sees me for who I am and doesn't take advantage of me for who I am.
Girl, you got a
But
long
Maya
road
and
to
Alexis
work.
are very, very smart. And they might
Mm-hmm.
be too smart for this show, except you add in the inmate and then you're like, never mind, forget what I just said.
Yeah, because every time we think Alexis is so smart, we're
She's
reminded of who she's with and who
right.
she decided to have a baby with. And this is the person she thinks she can build. Didn't she like build an empire? Maybe that was
Quiana.
Quiana who said an empire. Like they always
Mhm.
kill me with a build an empire. I was like, okay, Empress. She thinks she's gonna have this great life with this guy who can't even fucking be a delivery boy.
No, it's beneath him.
Yep.
Totally beneath
Good
him. He's a
luck.
rapper. He's a rapper.
Rapper.
She's gonna be right, babes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's move on to Quiana and Damodrick.
Mm-hmm.
4 weeks out of prison. Kiana's rental Airbnb is killing me because we know she has these two kids and we know she doesn't live in this house. There's not one personal thing. And later when we see her pulling clothes out of the closet, no way that's her bedroom that just has his clothes in the closet, not a woman's shoe, nothing. Do
I
better
gotta agree with
production.
you on this one. Yeah.
So he's playing Xbox and she's leaving. She's like, have a good day at work. And he says, okay. He tells us he got a part-time job doing something with concrete. And he is headed to see his kids at Jawalia's house, but he told her he was at work just to avoid the drama.
Like,
Now,
come on. This
listen,
is bad on both their parts.
why is it bad on her part? Because she believes him?
Because because she has got to accept the fact that he's going to have to be around Jawalia.
Right.
In order to see his kids.
Right.
Because I'm sure there's no custody agreement where, hey, you come pick the kids up every Thursday or anything like that. So they got to figure something out. Like he cannot lie every time he wants to go see his kids.
Correct. But he also shouldn't have been banging her on the side. So
I 100% agree.
Quiana goes to the beauty shop and we need more of our hero Kendrick. We did not get enough Kendrick.
Just a little bit. We
just need a little bit more Kendrick. So he's so funny. So Quiana is kind of like, oh yeah, we got engaged or whatever. And Kendra's like, girl, are you even happy? You just casually mentioning it. Let me see that ring that came on top of a cupcake. And he is just, it's so funny. So she shows him the ring and he goes, girl, it's Cute.
It's cute. Like no one wants to hear their engagement ring is
It's
cute.
cute. It's a big ring.
Yes. It was a huge ring. Yeah.
It's a really
I,
nice
I,
ring.
I think he was just trying to downgrade the whole situation. Like, oh, this is so cute how y'all got engaged, and here's the ring, and okay, this is cute.
I mean, never forget when Kendrick said he's going to get out of prison. He's got those 6 kids. He's going to have 6 more and go back into prison. Now he's got 12 kids, and you're still going to wait on him.
True. Yeah, he knows his friend.
God,
yes.
He's funny.
So, but her hair looked great this entire episode.
Yes,
I don't want to hear anyone talking about her hair because it was slayed every single thing.
I agree. Her hair looked great. Now, I did see when she was at the beauty parlor. I don't know what to call it. Beauty parlors.
Beauty shop, hair salon.
I'm 112th. The beauty parlor. They had those like spindles that you would have for like knitting, and they were putting hair on it.
That's when you're getting ready to braid someone's hair.
Okay,
and you already have it sectioned out. So you pull a little section, and that's a braid. Then you pull another section, that's another braid. So it's not like you're having to constantly pull from the batch of the braiding hair. Yeah. It's already sectioned out for you.
I was fascinated. I've never seen it. I've never been in a place that does it. I'm very interested in it. Yeah. And one time I heard on Smith Sisters Live, which I love on XM, there's a whole there was a Broadway play they were talking about, and the whole show takes place in a salon where the ladies are doing hair, doing extensions and braiding and stuff. It's like a braider place. And they were like, they were talking about, I love my braider. No, my braider does this. What kind of braids do you like best? And they were saying they both loved box braids. So in my mind, I was like, So now I figured out that I think, and please, actually, you know what? I'm not going to say what I think. You tell me what a box braid is.
I want you to educate all of us right now and tell us exactly what box braids are. I want to hear. Everybody be quiet. Be quiet. Turn it up. Turn up the volume. Because I want to hear this.
Well, I was like, okay, are box braids when on your hair you have square boxes and the braid comes out of that? Or is it the shape of the braid?
I think it's both. Because I've had box braids and it's the little bitty box part. And then it's the way they also put the hair on there.
Okay. Because to me, sometimes when you see, it looks like this on the scalp as they section it off your scalp in a box, and then they pull that hair out and then add the extension onto whatever the hair is to braid it. But then sometimes you see people that have the shape of the braid is like super fat and almost square. So I was like, maybe that's a box braid.
So I call those dookie braids, like whenever Jen Shaw had those braids, because I'm like 112 years old. So I'm like, those are dookie braids. Okay. But those are braids as well. And then you have like the Bora braids where it's the braid and then you have the curly hair kind of coming out of it. Yeah.
Like the girl from the Traders. Danielle from the Traders. I don't know
that was atrocious. Like that.
That was I don't know what that was. Like braids and hair hanging out, and it made no sense to me. But I don't know.
It was horrible. Like Bora braids are beautiful, and they have hair hanging out, but it's curly and nice wavy hair. That was bullshit that someone threw on her head and said, "There you go. Okay, have fun. Good luck on Traders."
Why did we get into this? Oh, because I was fascinated by the braiding. Because I know you have to sit there forever. It takes forever. I imagine it pulls on your scalp.
I was just saying the other day, I was like, I really wanted braids for the summer, but I just don't want to sit in the chair for 6 to 8 hours. I just cannot. In the state of mind that I am right there, I would stab my braider. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
No. Nope. And she's got a baby now. And I'm like, I don't have time to be getting my hair braided. I got to breastfeed your baby so you don't have to stop and feed them. I'm like, I can't do it right now. It's too much.
So
too
funny.
Much. Yeah.
Okay. So that was funny. All right. So Damodrick goes to see Jawalia. Keisha, hold on.
She looks like a fucking walking vagina in that bodysuit.
This deserves. This deserves. Hold on. When we walked in and saw her, I was like, "What? We have yet another fucking flesh-colored bodysuit on this show."
She looked like her own vagina. That is what she looked like in that fucking bodysuit. It was. Why? If that would have been like pink or red or black, it would have looked great. No, it wouldn't have looked great. It would have looked better than the color. Because it didn't fit well. She's super slim. that is not the body type for the bodysuit,
It was something.
in my opinion.
It was something.
Man,
So
wait, I don't have anything that's flesh colored to my flesh.
me either, unless it's like an undergarment.
Not even those. I get black.
I mean, so
It's crazy.
Kyrie, the 2-year-old,
Mm-hmm.
runs up and hugs him. He has not seen this
Yeah.
kid since he was
Yeah.
just born.
Mm-hmm.
It was very
And
touching.
he's like, I'm coming with you. I'm coming
He's like,
with
I'm coming with you. I'm
you.
coming with you. He's like,
Yeah.
Mom's, look at her. And Damodrick Jr., DJ, runs up and tries to get a hug into. That was really cute. And the older one, whose
Mm-hmm.
name I can't remember, who he says is
Mm-hmm.
his son, but he also says it's his
It's his
stepson.
stepson. Right.
He's probably like, I'm just trying to play Xbox. Why y'all sitting in my chair? So
Right.
he tries to get in, he tries to, hey, what's up? So Kyrie was a brand new baby when he went to prison. And we get some baby photos, and oh my God, those scrumptious babies just want to squeeze their little legs. Are so cute.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going, are y'all happy? Dad's home. No, you're not home.
Okay, you're not home.
You don't live there,
But it was the fact that she was cooking this full meal. She was trying to get pregnant.
Well, let me tell you something else about that. It looks like they were eating out of like plastic Tupperware. So I was like, are these like what's TV tray dinners? What do you call them? Like
TV
TV tray dinners.
What do they call them? Like Mila has them. Like it's like a plastic plate that's got the big part for the main meal, then a little part for like the vegetables and stuff like that. Yeah.
And you heat it up like that, and then here's your whole meal. Yeah. So anyway, he like sits on the couch, they're eating or whatever. We kind of like brushed over the fact that he's literally there all day, because later when he leaves, it's like pitch black night.
Mm-hmm.
So he says, I feel like I'm living 2 lives. Well, you are.
Yep.
So he tells Jawalia he's engaged to Quiana. Now, Jawalia is to me, seems so Xanaxed out. She's so like, all right.
There's something. It's just no facial expression. There's no
emotion,
different voice tone. It's just, that's it.
She's very different on the social media. She's out there with her emojis and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So he tells her,
she finds it easier to express herself that way.
Yes, I think so. Through emojis. He tells Jawalia he's engaged, and she goes, huh? And he goes, yeah. And she goes, I always thought you would come home. And he goes, I thought that at one point too. I did. And she goes, so you can't just like come around here anymore. So she's like, you can't come over here and bang me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or hunch, as she said on that interview you heard.
Yeah. I'm like, huh?
And she says, she goes, so it'd be okay if I just moved on. And he goes, yeah, of course. I want you to be happy. And he goes, why are you mad? Like, we're not together. And she goes, well, you've been playing with my feelings. And he goes, you think I've been playing with your feelings? And she says, yes. And she goes, anyway, I know you'll be back. So it's cool. I'll just be here taking care of the kids.
So my thing is, you shouldn't even be allowing him to entertain you, because he's living with a whole nother woman.
Jawalia, raise your standards. Do better. Get a lawyer. Yeah. Come up with a custody schedule. Completely cut this man out of your life as anything other than a co-parent, and move on.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah, but she doesn't want to do that.
So the talking head, she goes, do I think they'll get married? Hell no. I know him. No, there'll be other women. I was like, so why do you want him so bad? If there's going to be other women, he's engaged to her. Why do you?
Yep. She's just used to it, I guess. So she's okay with it. As long as he, I guess, lays his head down on next to her every single night.
And she don't care what he does. Raise your standards, Jawalia. You're better than this. Mm-hmm. So he says, he's like, okay, I guess I'll go. And he says goodbye to her. And he's like, tell the kids Daddy loves them. I'll see them soon. So I was like, so we had this whole scene where they ate dinner. They probably played. He put the kids to bed. We didn't see any of it. We just see this kitchen scene. And then he leaves and it's pitch black dark. So Quiana does like a diary cam. Boy, does she look good.
Yeah, she looked really good this episode. Yeah.
She looked great. And she says, well, I found some messages on Damodrick's phone to Jawalia. And here is what it says. Now, I'm going to say this in the way that it is meant to be said, not with all the in where it should be and I. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure why I'm texting you, because I shouldn't be right now. I'm so horny, and I shouldn't be. I really dislike you. This is the most annoying thing. I go through thinking of you and shit, wanting you. I want to get over this so bad. It's cringing wanting you this bad, and not even just sex. And all it does is break me down. Ugh.
Really?
So he's saying to her, like, I want you. I
Mm-hmm.
really don't like you, but I really want you. And I
Mm-hmm.
know we should be together and I shouldn't be. He's really
Mm-hmm.
conflicted here. He's really conflicted.
Mm-hmm. And horny.
And, well, that's the first
Mm-hmm.
word. That's the first thing he said.
Yeah.
So now we see Damodrick has been kicked out. He's over at his dad's.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And he says, yeah, Quiana thinks I'm cheating, but I'm not. Now his
Well,
dad is playing Xbox and was like, what's going on? Why are you here? So funny.
he's like, I'm preaching, but I'm playing too.
Mhm.
Because not to fuck up my Madden.
In the talking head, he goes, yeah, Quiana found messages of me kicking it with Jawalia and just like hanging out in the car with her. And the producer
Uh-huh.
goes, and he
Yeah.
goes, and what? And he goes, we're just chilling. Nothing went on. I got to figure out what I got to do to get Quiana back. Man,
Y'all are too grown to be hanging out in the car together.
hanging out in a car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now Quiana goes to meet with Demodrick's cousin, Keon, her friend. And,
Who has like a Teresa Giudice hairline. That's all I could see.
oh, was it really low? She had
It
braids.
was
I
pretty
didn't.
low. It was pretty. Yeah.
She says, yeah, I went through his phone and I will continue to go through his phone. She goes, since senior year, I've been dealing with this bitch. And Keon goes, yeah, maybe it's time for you two to take a break. Okay, let's don't blame Jawalia. Let's
Mm-hmm.
blame your man. We don't need to blame
Mm-hmm.
Jawalia. He has free will. He's the one in the
Mm-hmm.
relationship, not her.
It's always easier to blame the other woman.
That makes me mad. So,
Mm-hmm.
and our talking head, she goes, oh yeah, I saw these other messages. Let me read them. It says like, oh, you're going to be mad. I started my period. Like we can't have sex. And she's like,
Wow.
ah, this bitch. So the talking head, Keon says, Quiana has a habit of picking men that are emotionally unavailable and don't value her. And she's talking about her own
Yeah.
cousin, by the way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she goes, yeah, I've heard him say a lot how much he cares about Quiana, but he does nothing to show it, including letting go of his whole bachelor life.
He's not ready.
So Keon goes, y'all just need to go to therapy if you're going to work through this. And Quiana goes, I have no problem with him. Just keep your dick in your pants.
It's pretty simple. And
It's pretty
then we
simple.
keep forgetting there's still 2 other baby mamas out there.
And she has 2 kids.
And she's got a baby daddy. That's too many goddamn kids for me.
So he calls her and goes, hey, I want to come over and talk to you, like when we be home. And she goes, okay, I'll let you know when I'm back to the Airbnb. So in the talking head, she goes, I'm ready to love and build a life and an empire and a legacy and not deal with this little boy bullshit. And I know I'm the delusional one, but
Okay.
I'm tired of him stabbing me and watching me bleed. Well, guess what,
Well,
girl?
girl, you're
Dump
letting him
him.
do it.
Dump
Yeah,
him.
you're standing right there saying, just stab me. Keep stabbing me.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you know what he's doing.
So at the Airbnb, he comes in and she is like smiling as they do when they're doing a fake scene. And she's throwing his clothes at him. And that's when we got a glimpse of that closet that only had like 6 shirts in it. We're like, nobody lives
Nothing
here.
else.
Yeah.
Nothing else was in there. Yeah. And I was having a panic attack because I'm like, oh my God, she's throwing his stuff out, but they're still on the hangers. She's gonna be short on hangers. Like, I hate it. Then I saw like that, my anxiety was going, I'm like, keep your hangers, and she kept the hangers. I was like, oh thank God. Ooh,
Not if they're good hangers. The metal ones, who cares? But if they're good hangers, you
yeah,
got to
they
keep
were
them.
the good hangers. I'm like, girl, like, because we struggle sometimes with hangers around here. I'm like, don't give away your fucking hangers. But
I know. And then you like do a closet purge and you're like, well, no, I got too many hangers.
Yeah.
All righty. Let's go to Joey and Michael. This is sad.
But I can breathe again because it happened.
I'm glad it's over. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's over. 2 days out of prison.
I cannot believe
2 days.
It's only been 2 days.
2 days. They filmed them for 3 days total.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
2 days.
And I bet they got the same money as other people that filmed like the whole season, like weeks,
Because they're still showing them like, and yeah.
Joey's like, well, I got paid a lot for 2 days worth of work. So 2 days out of prison, they're at the barbecue. Now this is sort of like a jump backwards, I think,
Mhm.
because it's before, because Dad does a prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we are thankful that Michael got out of the lockup motel.
He did not have to say that. I was like, "Ooh, you are messy boots right now. You did not have."
I
Everybody
love
knows. Everybody knows.
We love Emil. Isn't that the dad's name? Emil, we love the guy.
Mhm.
And so he says, he was able to suit up and show up and bless us as we trudge the road of happy destiny. What you talk about,
Let me
Dad?
tell you, I
All
don't
right.
know.
So we've already seen them eat. So this is out of order. Anyway, they're like
Mm,
leaving now because we know that Joey went outside and called Michael went outside
right.
and called his
Mhm.
buddy Spencer. So they hug the parents, they leave. And the dad's like, you betcha, you could do it. Just go to a meeting. You got it, man. Don't go back to
Yeah,
that
you don't
lockup motel.
yeah,
Yeah.
you don't know who you're talking to.
Yeah. Like you've had some real evil come into your home. You better
Yes, you did.
sage that shit
Sage it, get some
immediately.
holy water, everything. Yes.
So, in the car, Joey goes, well, I think that went great.
Well, you're
Um,
the only person who thought that.
didn't you love it? Wasn't it amazing? And Michael goes, dude, it was like a lot of
Yeah.
pressure. And the talking head, Joey goes, I just want to show him that people care about him and there's hope. But it seems like the more I try to show him, the more resistant he's coming.
And that's true.
And by the way, Joey, you've also been a person that didn't want to get sober. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. That's
so in the car, Michael, I always get Joey and Michael confused because it just seems like
I
their
do
names are
too.
just, oh.
I
So
know.
in the car, Joey says, you know, my family, they're not spiteful people. They will love you no
Mhm.
matter what. And Michael goes, no, not no matter what. And he goes, yeah, they'll love you no matter what. And he goes, like, what if I'm the cause of your downfall? Like, what if I'm a bad
Right.
influence on you? And he goes, why would you say that? He goes, I mean, it's not on my mind, like not every day, but it could happen.
Yeah.
And Joey goes, yeah, but you're busy doing stuff.
What stuff?
Doing what? Going back and
What
forth
did
to
he
the halfway
do?
house?
Yeah,
And he
signing
goes,
out.
signing
That's
out and
all he
saying to,
does.
and he goes, yeah, I'm busy doing stuff, but, and then they discuss like, do you relapse when you're bored if you're not keeping yourself
Right.
busy? And Joey says, sometimes I relapsed because I was lonely. It was due to
Mhm.
loneliness, but then, like, I met you, and now we don't have to be lonely anymore, like, we can really, like, go
Oh,
through this together. It was so
right. It was
sweet,
very sweet.
and you could
Very
tell
sweet.
Michael's like, "Oh, fuck. He's got
He
to meet I gotta meet Spencer in 1 hour."
I don't have time for this shit. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Where's that hotel turn at?
Mm. So the talking head, Michael, and I think Michael is very sincere and very
He
honest,
is.
but
He
it
is.
also upsets me because of his mother. Because
Mhm.
let's not forget your mother comes into play and what she's been through,
Mhm.
and how
Yep.
he said he wished that his mom had, like, broken her ankle or whatever, he should be there for her. I mean,
Yep. All that
2
shit
day
goes out the window.
2 days, Keisha.
You show Michael a dick and a pipe, all other things just go out the window. He no longer gives a fuck.
I just It's just so sad because when you see him in these talking heads by himself,
Mhm.
when he's not under the stress of Joey, he seems
Right.
so sincere,
Mhm.
but he is not there. He does not want to get better. Going to jail for 6 years is not his
He
rock
doesn't
bottom.
care. No, he has a true addiction problem, not just to drugs. He's addicted to sex. I think he's addicted to partying and just that's just who he is. He needs help, but he does not. He's like, I don't want help. He doesn't want it.
I mean, he even said he loves to be in prison so he can, like, go back to his room at night, put his headphones on, and watch his little TV, and I'm like,
Yeah,
"Prison
he's
sounds pretty
comfortable doing
good.
that.
Sounds
Yeah,
pretty good to me
yeah,
too."
yep. No responsibilities, just
Yeah, just all the
yeah,
dick in the world in prison.
all the dick in the world and drugs.
Yeah. So, in the talking head, Michael says, "Meeting Joey's family, 3 out of the 4 people at the table didn't think it would work out."
Yep.
And I think they're right.
Mhm.
It was too much too fast, and I know it makes me look like a dirtbag, but I can't help the way I feel.
Mhm.
So they get out of the car, and Michael goes, Should we walk around? Did we walk around?" And
I
but they
know.
never walk around, but he keeps going, Should we
Yeah.
because production told him like they should walk and talk,
Right.
But he says, so I don't know. I don't think, listen, look, you want me to be honest with you. And after meeting your family, I just don't want to drag you through something anymore. And I think we should go our separate ways. And Joey goes, what? Are you serious? And he says, yeah, I'm serious. Like, I can't bear to hurt you or your family. Like, yeah, I just don't want to do this anymore. And I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. Like, be mad at me. Be mad at me. Like, I don't care. You should be mad at me. And Joey goes, no, I'm not going to be mad at you. And he goes, I'm so sorry. I don't want to lie to you. And I don't feel like we were connecting like we were before.
Yep.
And I know I'm going to fuck up again. And after seeing your parents, that's the icing. You're too good for me. I can't see myself changing. I love you. I just don't want to be with you anymore. Like, I'm not seeing anyone else or anything. And Joey goes,
Right.
you're not even trying. And Michael
No.
goes, I just know that I'm wasting your time. And Joey goes, so you don't want to be a better person. You don't want to try something different with your fucking life. Michael goes, no, I just don't think I can.
No. I mean, good job, Michael, for being honest. You know what I mean?
Right. That's probably the first time ever he's just told
been
somebody
just
the truth.
honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. And good for him for doing that. It's his life to do whatever he wants to with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Joey
Yeah.
cannot want it for him. No one can want it for him. He is, this is what he wants. I don't know if it's just too hard to be different, have a different lifestyle. I don't get it, but I mean, it's 2 days out and he's like, I'm done. Like, I've stayed clean for 2 days. It is way too hard. I cannot do it. I don't want to do it. I don't care what I lose. But I think kudos to him for doing this. Kudos to him for doing this without going out on a drug binge, hooking up with guys, and not calling Joey, and Joey's wondering where he is, what is he doing, and not hearing from him. I don't know if he's dead or alive.
You're right. I think this is the first time in his life he's ever like been honest with somebody and said like, I'm going to relapse, so I don't need to pull you into it.
Yeah.
So in his talking head, Joey's like, motherfucker, you just met my family and now you're going to do this. I've been defending you for a year. You have just been out 48 hours. What is this? I'm in shock. So
I don't know how Joey's in shock.
I think he thought he had at least a week of some good hooking up. Just some good dick for a week.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. And he didn't even get that.
No. So Joey goes, I can't even look at you. Like, just go and do what you're going to do. Just leave me alone. And Michael's like, Joey, be mad at me. Because he wants that.
He does. He wants the yelling and the screaming. And so he can say, you know what? I don't want to deal with this anymore. Like, this is what I'm talking about. I'm leaving. Like, you're acting crazy. Bye. And it makes him feel a little bit better. But
the talking head, Michael says, when we didn't have sex the first day, I knew it was doomed.
Yeah.
I just didn't want him. I wasn't in the mood. Yeah, I'm a guy that likes to fuck around. And I've been waiting for him for a year. So why drag this out? Like, I can't help but hurt him, but this has to happen.
Right.
It's rough. It's so rough.
Oh, but I think we all were like, oh, sigh of relief. Like, finally, like, we just have been all holding our breath because we knew something was going to happen.
Yeah.
That was going to break them apart. Like, we were just waiting for it.
And the producer says to Joey, wait, this is it? You think you should go talk to him? And he goes, no, I don't want to look at him. I don't want to talk to him. I think the producer's like, 2 days?
Yeah, what? We need a little bit more of your story. Can you, I don't know, go over there? It's something. We need something.
We're contracted to be here for 2 weeks, man.
This is probably one of the most this is one of the most normal breakups we've ever seen on this show. Like, there's no trying to run someone over with a car. There's no high-speed chase. There's no throwing stuff. No furniture is broken. None of that. This is like what normal people do. So the talking head, Joey goes, I don't want to hear his lame ass excuse. He's not even trying. He wants to use so bad and get away from me because he wants to feel less guilt. I wasn't expecting him to get out and preach the good book. I just wanted him to try. Yeah. So Michael is like chasing after him. Joey, be mad at me. Joey, are you mad at me? Joey, be mad at me. I know. I still have 30 minutes left till I have to meet Spencer. We're supposed to film this scene. And Joey goes, just go. You're so chicken shit. You won't even give it a chance to do better. You don't even want a better life for yourself. And Michael goes, I know. Okay. I know. Sad.
And Michael says to production, I don't know, maybe I drug him along, but I thought I wanted this. I won't change my mind. It's only going to get worse. So he's
And
telling us,
here's
I'm about to
to fuck
fuck
shit
it
up.
up.
Yes, yes,
Don't
yes,
follow
yes.
me. Don't follow me, bro.
So,
Yeah.
and the thing about it is when he does get arrested, he's going to reach out to Joey. Joey's going to take him back because this is him being in prison. At least Joey knows where he is, what he's doing. I think Joey is comfortable with Michael being in prison and having that prison relationship.
Well, he needs to find somebody in the real world. He's a catch.
He does.
And
Yeah.
he's got a great family. And he
Yep.
needs to meet somebody through a Facebook group for people in recovery. Okay.
Something.
All right. Savannah and Bradly. No E. All right. So we see her walking with Alyssa. Go ahead. Go ahead, Keisha. I'm ready for you. First thing I thought was, oh, here we go. All right.
Have you ever seen like a fly?
Mm-hmm.
And when they do like a microscope of a fly's eyes and it looks like this big cover thing on the eyes, those were her sunglasses. What the fuck? Are you trying to protect your eyes?
Those
what
brows.
Are you trying to protect the brows and the thin skin of your forehead? You know, sun protection. Where do you even get those from? Do you go to Amazon and say, looking up the stupidest fucking pair of sunglasses ever created in life, please prime these to me today? What was that?
I don't know what the sunglasses were. I don't know what the thin skin was on the head. I don't know what any of it was.
It was just all just fucking. She is there for, she's like, I'm going to entertain the people. That's why I'm here. I'm Alyssa and I'm going to entertain. Let me pull out these fucking glasses and wear them. Stop it.
She is entertaining. So,
yes.
they're going for a walk and Savannah's like, it's been a week. Like I haven't talked to him in a week. And they're with her dog. Her dog's name is Juice. And Alyssa says, what exactly does taking space mean? Like if my husband told me he wanted space, I'd be like, find a fucking apartment, get your own space. She's like,
Yeah.
and Savannah goes, I don't know. Like it means something different for everybody, but like he wants space. So I'm giving him space. And Alyssa goes, you don't see him for 3 years and now it's been a week? You have a clock, girl. You're almost 30. And she goes, well, I'm 27. And
okay, but
goes,
what was the clock? Like the biological clock? Like the wedding clock? Like you never know with Alyssa. I don't know.
I think she meant biological clock. Like you should definitely go ahead and have a couple of kids with him. And so
I think she's got a little time on her. She's got time.
So she goes, you should do a pop-up. You should do a pop-up on him. And she goes, I'm not doing that. Alyssa, you're crazy. And Alyssa goes, yeah, people love me for that. Somebody married me for that. You should do a pop-up. Listen to what I'm saying. And Savannah goes, handling things in a crazy way didn't work for me in the past. And Alyssa goes, but you could do it lightly, like lightly crazy, not full crazy, like lightly, like don't push it. You can't be the mentality of the last word. Like, girl, sometimes we fight and you do the last word, then you fucking block me. And Savannah goes, yeah, because I don't want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
And she goes, maybe it's not in you to not do that last word thing, but you need to work on that. And Savannah goes, who is telling you all of this? Your therapist? And Alyssa goes, yeah, my therapist. So Alyssa says, so we're going to do a pop-up and you walk up and you start with, I love you with a smile. That's how we're going to do it. And so Savannah goes, I'll think about it. So they leave. In the talking head, the producer says to Alyssa, why do you want to be the person who puts them back together? And she goes, oh, I don't. They don't have a good history. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to reinvent that. Like, nobody needs to end up back in jail. Cut the shit. It isn't cute anymore. Y'all are doing worse for each other than better.
Yeah.
The bad times outweigh the good. You need to accept it and walk away. We ain't playing this no more. And that's why our family is not on board. We can't be fucking around no more. We out of jail. This was a dark spot in our lives. Let's leave it in the past and create a better future. I was like, okay, girl.
Okay,
so
Alyssa. All right.
She tells her to do a pop-up knowing it's going to make him mad and he'll break up with her. Listen.
I was like,
Alyssa looks crazy and acts crazy, but she is TV gold.
She really is, especially with those fucking glasses. Yeah.
And those eyebrows. So now he's with his buddy, Jonathan. He's working on a, roofing site or whatever. And he's like, bro, she goes through my emails and my texts, bro, like all the time, bro. And Jonathan's like, we call that a stage 5 clinger. And he laughs and laughs. He's apparently never heard this. And he goes, and you
Yeah,
know
I
what?
guess he wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah. And he
In
goes,
prison. Yeah.
and you know what we do with those? We break up with those. And he goes, I don't see you. You're not enthusiastic anymore, man. You're not
Hmm.
yourself anymore. Why are you even with her? And Bradley goes, I love her, but this bitch be arguing all the time. The
You be
the
doing
verna-
stuff all the time.
the vernacular on these guys. This bitch be
And,
arguing all the time. Like,
and then how about the fact that they're sitting there trying to measure out something, but they're sharing one pencil? You mean to tell me there's only one pencil on this entire job site? Y'all could have been done 3 hours ago had you both had a pencil.
that is so funny, Keisha. No, because I
Not
felt
just
like the
one.
whole thing was fake. Because who
I
is
think so
putting
too.
up siding at night?
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree.
This was the owner's house. He was like, just pretend you're putting some shit up on my house.
Okay,
So,
that makes
and
sense.
because nobody's going to allow them to film at their home. So, and then Talking Eddie goes, I love Savannah. I do, but she's just
Mhm.
got to stop micromanaging me and give me some alone time. Also, she needs to get her shit straight and be more of an adult. And then if that can be good. Our biggest problem is trust. Sir, you just got out of prison for having a gun in your car while selling weed. You've got an Adidas tattoo behind your ear and a face
Mhm.
piercing.
So
Sir.
he wants to talk about all of Savannah's issues.
Uh-huh. And you
Mhm.
live with your dad, so shut up.
And you have a man bun.
And
Let's
not
not
even a
forget
good one.
that.
Not even a good one. So his phone is ringing while he's on the ladder. He's like, "Oh my god,
Mhm.
like I'm on a ladder. She's calling me." And then his phone is
Like she
also
fucking knows that you're. I bet he's on a ladder. Let me call.
and then also he's like, "Production told me I had to call you to tell you I was coming." And also that he's in a talking day. He's like, "Look at my phone. It's like blowing up." So she drives up while he's working with the dog. And Josh, his boss, who showed up out of
Mhm.
nowhere, is like, "Hey man, don't bring that drama to the work site." And so she walks up and she's like, "Juice wanted to see you. Juice misses his dad." And he goes, "Bro, who shows up at somebody's work?" And she goes,
James
"Well,
goes, Keisha does.
me.
I
I'll
was like,
pop up with
me?
me. I'll
I'll
pop up
pop
with
up.
somebody's work."
You don't answer the phone? I've called you 5 times. Oh, you want to see my whole beautiful face. Here I
Yeah.
come. I'm on the
And
way.
and she goes, "But aren't you about to be off? Like, isn't it dark?"
Nighttime?
Um,
Yeah.
and he goes, "Savannah, I don't know what to do here. Like, you keep going through my phone every day, and now you're showing up at my job site." And she's like, "Alyssa told me
I
to."
know.
So Savannah calls her mom, Shanoa, and she's
Mhm.
crying. And mom goes,
So she's crashing out.
"Yeah." And mom goes,
Mhm.
"Savannah, he loves you and he cares about you, but you have to stop being controlling. And like, also, who told you to go to his job site?" So
Alyssa and her glasses.
in the talking head, Bradley goes, "Oh my God, like I said 2 sentences and she started crying. Like, what's that about? Like, it's fighting an uphill battle. It's like a insecurity thing, like a trust thing. My mind is on money and stability and growth, not cheating."
Okay. All
So
right. Well,
he goes back out to the car and he sits down and he goes, "I'm trying to figure out what's going on with you. Like, why are you pouting, bro? Why are you crying, bro? You're making me want to hate you." Like,
well, she hasn't seen her talk to you in a week.
yeah. So she
No
saw him and she started
communication at
crying.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's emotional about it.
And he goes, "Oh, you keep doing this like you're pouting. It's like you're a little child. Like, it's not me, bitch. It's you."
Okay, don't get beat up on your job work site, okay?
If you say,
It's not me,
"Me,
bitch.
bitch, it's you," I would have been like, "Well, you bitch can get right out of this fucking car."
Yeah, but let me help you. Let me drag you by that man bun out the fucking car.
Let me hit reverse real quick and then slam on the brakes and see if you fall out the door.
Yeah.
So, she says to him, "We're not going to figure it out when the cameras are on us."
Now, this made me think a couple of things.
Because she was like, there's something else. And Bradley says, "Okay." So he gets out and he tells production, "I'm going to take my mic off. I'm going to go to her house and talk to her." What did you think
I
about that?
feel like she relapsed
Mhm.
and she doesn't want to say that on camera.
I feel like it was something like
That's
that
what I
too.
think. Yeah.
I think that's what happened too, because she says, "I don't want to say it on camera." So in the talking head, she says, "It takes a village for someone to be successful out of prison. And it seems he doesn't want me to be a part of his village. And I don't really know what I want, but there are things that we both need to work on within ourselves. So I think
Mhm.
that's another clue.
Mhm.
And in order for our relationship to work, and I don't think we have the tools to fix this by ourselves.
You don't.
And I think that's another clue that maybe she relapsed. And she
Mhm.
says, and this will be the end of the most difficult chapter of my life. So I think all of that leads to she relapsed and was trying to tell him, and
Relapse.
he's like, bitch. So
Yeah.
black screen of death, Savannah chose not to participate in any further filming, which I hope that means she, because
Got
her
help.
mom is an advocate and stuff.
Yeah.
Hopefully this means she like went and got some help.
Yes.
Um, 2 weeks later, we see Bradly tells us that that night, he went over to her house to talk to her, and he felt they got it resolved and things were fine. But
Mhm.
then a couple of weeks later, they had another fight, and then they finally just broke up, and she's tried to reach out, but it's actually done. And he says she needs to get her mentality right. I'm just not the guy for her.
Yeah, I think if I had to guess, she relapsed, and he can't deal with that right now. He's got his own shit.
Mhm.
That's a lot. That she
Yeah.
needs to go and handle that herself. It would have been nice if he could have been there to support her the way that she has supported him,
Yeah.
throughout the time he was in prison, and even had everything ready for him whenever he got out. So
Yep.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. And I felt bad for her, and I want
Yeah.
the best for her, and
Hmm.
she needs to not be with another addict or somebody that's in prison or, whatever.
And he's an asshole.
And he's an asshole. Okay,
Hmm.
we get this scene with Brooke and her mom at some kind of thrift store.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about them.
Yeah, and it's like I guess
Yeah.
this is what it means by her being a
A
merchandiser.
merchandiser. Yeah.
She works at the thrift store. But anyway, they're going through stuff, and she's like, "One day I'm gonna
I
see the
don't think
Eiffel
it was a
Tower."
I don't think it was a thrift store. It looks I don't know if y'all have like Sam Moon
No,
where you are. So
what's
it's like
that?
a big store where you can tell like different vendors like send in like here's
Yes.
sets of earrings, here's bracelets, here's your costume jewelry, here's your scarves, and they all put it in just one big place.
I think it's more like an
And you could
antique
buy it
mall.
wholesale if you want to as well, if you got a wholesale license.
No, see, I'm thinking of more of like an antique mart or a flea
Mhm.
market where people have their own stalls.
Maybe.
But this didn't seem like stalls. It seemed like
Yeah,
unless that was their section.
yeah,
You know?
that's what I'm saying. That's kind of like what Sam Moon is. You just put all your shit there, and because that's what it's. I'm like, okay, that's what it means. You just really work at a store. You pick out what y'all are gonna sell
Yeah,
and not sell and all that good stuff. I'm just glad she has a fucking job and went
me
back
too.
to it.
Yeah. But anyway, they're looking at buttons or something. And that's when she's like,
It
this
was
one's got the
something
Eiffel.
weird.
This got the Eiffel Tower. So anyway, I found that hilarious. Anyway, the mom is so over her. So
Yes.
she goes, "Yeah, I miss JK because he's an hour away now, but what's he doing today? I don't know. Supposed to be applying for jobs." So we see his gross ass on his couch, and he is calls Alex, and she's all like, "Come see me. I'm home alone. The kids aren't here." And
I know.
he goes, he tells us, he can leave his mom's house from 8 to 5 only. And she's like, "You can come over here and stay forever." And she's like, and he goes, "Well, I got to get up and change clothes, brush my teeth and all that." And she goes, "You could even come with your dragon breath." I was like, "Girl,
No, stop.
girl,
Time out. Time
have you
out.
seen that mouth hole? Mm-mm, girl.
It, it's
Mm-mm,
it's it's on dragon breath level all the time. If I had to guess, whether he
mm-hmm,
brushes or not, but
mm."
thankfully he's got that all fixed. Good for him.
I know. We're glad he's got his teeth fixed.
Hmm.
So, and the talking head, he goes, I don't want to ruin the good thing I've got with Brooke, but the good thing about Alex was she always let me do my own thing. And Brooke is so controlling, and that makes me miss Alex. Do you know why Alex lets you do your own thing? Number one, you were in fucking prison.
Yep.
You don't know what she's like in a relationship in the real world.
Yep.
And number two, she didn't care what you were doing because she was fucking other guys.
Yep. Hmm. Yeah. Funny how that works like that.
So then he says he hasn't seen her in 6 years, but then later he says she came to visit him every weekend. So I think
Yeah,
maybe
because
in the real
on
world,
the
I don't know.
outside world,
Mhm.
6 years, but yeah, she visited him pretty regularly.
Because I was like, if she hadn't seen you in 6 years, does she know that you were now homeless and toothless? Because
Yeah,
not
that that
toothless, not
that tooth
homeless, but both.
situation.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
So at the store, Brooke is telling her mom, she goes, I got a tracker on JK. I'm gonna look and see where he is. And look
She
where
was the
he
only
is.
smart one who did it without telling him. All the other ones were dum-dums. Like, can I track you? Fuck. Yes. Track him. Don't tell him. He
No,
can't figure this shit out. These
no,
motherfuckers look like they can't even read.
you're wrong. Alexis put, because we think Alexis is the smartest one. She put in an air tag on her own car.
Yeah, after she asked him, could we share location? He
Well,
said,
that's right. And he
no.
said, no, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right,
Mm-hmm.
right. Yeah. And so she goes, yeah, I did it. He doesn't know because he don't know how to work no phone. And her mom goes, you look like a crazy stalker. She goes, I don't care. Um, and Alex says, Alex lives in, you know who lives in Mart? Alex. I'm gonna go see him. And so Brooke calls and leaves JK quite an aggressive voicemail.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, he's not answering. And he's so used to these aggressive voicemails. He's like, whoop, swipe left,
Yep.
delete. So he goes to see Alex. Her home is a full shithole.
I'm glad you said it so I didn't have to say it. Yes,
Bonnie upgraded by moving from Alex's house to Brooke's house. Full upgrade.
Yep, I agree. Bonnie's like, I like it here.
This place looked like a full crack house, Keisha.
It looked like it smelled like cats.
Oh, like cats? Well, don't
Like
besmirch the cat.
Well, cat piss.
Okay, don't besmirch the cat people.
No, because I have a cat, and it does not smell like cat. It looks like 13 cats live there, and there's lots of cat piss all over the place. That's what I meant.
Everybody use Pretty Litter. Use code Pink Shade. Okay.
Something.
So he sits to chat with her and he's like, yeah, I'm on an ankle monitor. It's my ankle Rolex. She's like, oh my God, you're so funny. I was like, these people. So
that's funny.
So he says, it's important to him to let her know how much she hurt him. And he goes, but I really respect you as a person because, you came to visit me every weekend and you helped with my mom so much. And I appreciated that. So she tries to reply, but she kind of tears up and she goes, well, you asked me after it happened to send you a genuine letter. And I did, but then it wasn't enough. So he reads the letter off his phone in a talking head. He kind of tears up reading the letter about her apologizing. This is the girl he needs to be with.
I agree 100%. Yep.
So he says, listen, it wasn't cool. You went and saw your ex-husband in the middle of the night. I was like, whoa, wow.
Your ex-husband in the middle of the night.
And he says, you could have been the one to pick me up. You could have been the one with my mom. You could have been at the party. And low key, that was supposed to be you.
I think it was.
And by the way, if I'm Brooke and I'm seeing this, I'm like, you can fuck right off.
Brooke is a good time girl. She's only good for if you want to fuck in a nursing home bed with a piss pan on the side. She's a good time girl. Alex is more of a settle down kind of girl. You know what I mean? So yeah.
And she's also apparently got a couple of kids. So, but she wants to give him that baby right away.
They all want to give him a baby.
It makes no sense.
So you have you have your baby with no teeth, your baby daddy with no teeth. Maybe they can share a fucking teething ring. I don't know.
So his phone is blowing up and he's like, Brooke's calling me. She don't know where I'm at, who I'm doing or who I'm with. And I'm like, bro, turn your phone off, bro. Put it on airplane mode, bro. Put it on, bro. So Brooke has figured out where he is. She storms off at work and mom's like, you're at work. And she goes, I got to go to Alex's house and throw hands. So she leaves. Okay.
I can't wait to see what happens here. Because I think she really will fight.
Oh, I do too. All right. Will and Courtney.
Oh, I forgot about them too. So we saw everyone except for Brian and Brooklyn.
Yeah. And next week she's got on another bodysuit, Keisha.
This needs to end. This needs to bodysuits in general need to stop.
I don't think it looks like we saw Jawalia. It doesn't look good on anybody.
Any body type. It just
body type. No, it just doesn't.
Unless you've got someone who is making it for your body. It is tailored for your body, like J-Lo or Megan Thee Stallion or Kim Kardashian. They are made for their bodies.
They did not
just
pick it
go
up.
to the store and pick it up. No.
So Will and Courtney, so they go out to this airplane field because she mentioned at some point she really wanted to be a helicopter pilot. So he wants to show her ways that she can achieve her goals and become a productive member of society.
That was very nice.
That was very nice. And the guy's got a simulator for her to try out. She gets in, she has a great time with the instructor. It's pretty cool. She has a great time.
Yeah.
And in the talking head, she goes, I think it's so nice that he planned such a thoughtful day. But in the back of my mind, I just keep thinking, he doesn't even trust me. He doesn't trust me. He accused me, of being on drugs. And she says, I've always wanted somebody who believed in me and thinks I can succeed. So this is really great. Now, Keisha, you and I got a DM from a listener who said, when you go home to these halfway houses, they will sometimes give you a sleeping aid. And I know that when my husband was in rehab, if you guys are new here, almost 11 years ago now, they would give them trazodone at night. They would line up for their meds and take trazodone to go to sleep.
Yes.
And if they wanted it, they weren't forced to. But everybody wanted it because everybody wanted to put themselves out of their misery being in therapy all day.
That's me every night. Trazodone. I'm like, it's 11 o'clock. Time for a trazodone.
I'm like a half a trazy, night. So anyway, somebody wrote us and said it could have been because it'd been 30 minutes. So when she got in, they probably breathalyzed her, pee tested her, and then gave her trazodone, and she went to her room and took it. And so it had been about 30 minutes, and she was a little feeling the effects of it.
Poopy. Okay.
By the way, I just covered with Amy this weekend on the $5 level of Prime, Deadly American Marriage.
Okay.
It's a Netflix documentary. It's really good, and there's trazodone in it. It's like the guy had taken trazodone, but it wasn't his medication. It was his wife's medication. So did she give it to him so he would be a little out of it? And I was telling Amy, I go, you wouldn't be out of it enough to be like dead asleep and somebody could like kill you. Like if somebody came at you,
you'd wake up.
And
you wouldn't have much fight.
It was the point. It was the 0.50 or whatever. It's the same thing I take. And this is a big dude. So no, I can't imagine it would render you unconscious or whatever.
Like someone can still wake me up.
Me too.
And I take way more than what you take.
Yeah. This is a 0.5. Yeah. So anyway, we have to think about that perhaps that when he called her and she sounded a little loopy, she was like laying in the bed, like,
Oh yeah. So that makes perfect sense.
It does make sense. So are those two on social media? Is she out there? Seems like she'd be on social media, like defending herself,
I'll have to look her up. Courtney.
2 E's. So she tells him, she goes, I'm still thinking about what you said in the car. And I just have to tell you, like, it really pissed me off. And he's like, okay. So in the car, they're at that bad angle again.
Yes.
Bad angle. And he goes, so you don't want to talk? And she goes, no. And she says no and gets her phone and goes, no, and does a selfie. So, so then they pull up to wherever they are and she sits in the car and she goes, I'm waiting for you to open my door. It's like, wow, girl. You can't even get out of the car.
I'm like, you have the capability to open the door for yourself. Yeah. We do it all the time.
It's one nice thing for somebody to open the door when you're getting in.
But for you to wait, I'm in a hurry, especially if I'm hungry. I'm like, I ain't got time for this shit. We're getting out at the same time.
I'm just going to sit. I need my chauffeur to open the door. So the talking head, she goes, without trust, we have nothing. And I just want to go home. Like, I'm so annoyed with him. These trust issues are so triggering for me. Then she tells a story about an ex-boyfriend pulling her out of the car by her hair, throwing her on the ground, wrapping his hands around her neck until she gave in. And once she gave in to the choking, he stopped. I mean,
she's had some fucked up boyfriends.
I think it's the same one that left her dead on the side of the road. Yeah.
Okay.
And being in this situation where she thought she would never have to worry about him not trusting her is very triggering. Well, yes, I completely agree with it. These are two very separate issues. He mentioned that you sounded woozy on the phone is very different than leaving you for dead on the side of the road more than once.
I completely 100% agree. Like, I don't know where this is coming from with him just asking you this question.
But also, if you've been through that severe, you think him not trusting me is going to lead to that. Do you know what I mean? So I think it for her, it's super, she says, it's super triggering for me. And she says, and I don't know how to deal with it. So she needs some sort of therapy to work through it. So they go to a sandwich shop and he's like, what do you want? She goes, nothing, not hungry. And he goes, you've been bitching all day about how hungry you are, so let's get
Right.
something." And she goes, "No." He goes, "Okay, we'll just take whatever you've got, 2 turkey clubs, okay?"
Right.
And so they sit down and she goes, "I can't believe you brought me to a sandwich shop. Like, are you broke?" He goes, "What?" She goes, "What's next? A souvenir shop?" And he goes, I just shelled out 10 grand for you to get out. I'm not broke. And yeah, we'll go to a souvenir shop. I'll put you up on the shelf. You can be my pretty little souvenir." He goes, You're hungry. Let's eat." So she
She's
slams,
hangry at this point.
she goes, "Oh, you want a souvenir?" And she slams her ring down. And I was like, I kind of forgot about
This is
that ring.
a this is
It's-
a this is a lot to me. I mean, you can take me to McDonald's and I can get that fish sandwich, and I am putting it in your hands. Like, I am happy as a clam. And she's bitching because he took her to a sandwich shop. Well, then say where you want to go. I'm
But
sure he would have taken you wherever you wanted to go.
doing a flight simulator is not cheap.
Not cheap at all.
No.
And he's been paying for her whole wardrobe, the hotel. I'm sure he probably paid for her mom's hotel, the wedding, all these things that she's bitching about. Take me to fucking Jason's Deli. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, let me create my own sandwich. I love that shit. So she was just being, I'm like, she's been a fucking, I don't know
But
what is going on here.
I also kind of think like this was probably lunch and he probably has an activity planned after this. And then probably you're going to
And then
dinner.
nice dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she walks out and she goes, "I'm taking the bus. I'm taking the bus." And, "Oh, fuck that. If I'm just a souvenir you want to put up on the shelf, take your ring, shove it up your ass." She is so triggered by this guy. And also she's
I
hangry.
I feel as though she is triggered. I also feel like some of this is I got something else going on. I got to get away from him.
I don't. I feel like it's all for the show because she is sort of smiling at some point. I think it's all for the
Okay.
show.
So you
I
think it's
think,
fake. Okay.
yeah, I think he was like, maybe like, what could we get in a fight about? Yeah.
Let's get in a fight about a sandwich.
Yeah. So he goes up, he goes, "You're being ungrateful." And she goes, "No,
Mhm.
I'm not." And he goes, "I spent 10 bands on a ring, 5 bands on clothes, 2 bands on an officiant, and you got a few bands in your pocket." And
Mhm.
she goes, "It doesn't matter what I have." And he goes, "Yeah, it does.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does. You had sugar daddies giving you money all the time. And I know for a fact you didn't get rid of them when you got out." And she smiles and he smiles at each other. And he goes,
Mhm.
"I saw it on your phone." And she goes, "Oh, now you're going in my phone." And he goes, "No, you're sitting right next to me answering them." And it shows the 20 minutes earlier, the
Mhm.
selfie that she
Yep.
was doing. Right. And she goes, "Well, maybe if you provided more for me, I wouldn't have to have sugar daddies." He goes, "Okay."
Really?
He goes, "No, that's not what a partnership is. That's just me taking care of a child." And she goes, You taking care of your wife. Don't forget, we got married yesterday."
Mhm.
So the talking head, he tells us, he goes, "Look, I was fine with her having sugar daddies in prison. Like, I encouraged it. I don't care. I couldn't totally provide for her. So I don't care
Right.
if they do that." And, I know she's got at least 5 to 10K. Well, 5 to 10K is a big difference.
Holy shit.
5,000 is way different than
That's a
10,000.
Yeah, I'd much rather have 10,000.
I'd rather have the 10 myself. Yeah.
Mhm.
And he goes, "She's got 5 to 10K in savings. And she told me when she got out, she cut ties with all of them. But that's another reason I don't really trust her." And so he goes, "Take the
Mm.
fucking bus." And he walks off and she's like, "Hmm." So
Yeah, she was being kind of bratty.
this girl didn't know how to take the bus. She used to be a car thief.
I wouldn't know what the fuck to do. If James told me I had to catch a bus, I literally would start crying on the sidewalk.
Well, I was like, "Do you have to buy the ticket in advance? Do you have it
Yeah,
on your phone?
exactly.
Do you scan
Half
it?
of the time.
Can you walk in and give them $1?
I have
Do you
no
have
clue.
to
And
have
my mom drives the city bus, and I still have no fucking clue how you ride a bus.
how do you ride a bus? I don't know."
I have no idea.
Um, so next week on Love After Lockup, it's the finale.
Mhm,
Brooklyn yells at Brian about trust in another onesie.
mm-mm,
Um,
mm-mm.
Michael meets up with someone, I guess it's Spencer. Joey
Okay.
cries in a tank top talking to his mom, and his mom says, "You don't have to use over this." So I don't know if Joey says like he's triggered to use or whatever, but
Yeah.
his mom says, "You don't have to use over this." Alexis shows Julius the pregnancy test, and he's like, "Damn."
He
Um,
doesn't know how to read that word. She had to tell him what that word said. He doesn't know the word pregnant. No.
mm-mm. He
He didn't
definitely
know what
doesn't
that
know
was.
nonchalant.
No.
Um, Quiana says, about Damodrick, I don't know who he's with. And then we see him outside of Jawalia's house on the phone saying, I'll be there in a minute. So maybe there's another girl.
I wouldn't be
We're
surprised.
not surprised. Listen,
Mm-mm.
again, you guys got to go on the Keisha plan. You got to give him a year to wild it out and then come back
Wait a
to you.
minute. I have to tell you something. So I met a really good friend from our relationship. He listened to Pink Shade. He liked me. He started listening to our show. And we just have been like really good friends for like the past 2 years, right? So he sends me a text
I
message
met
on
him at
Friday.
BravoCon, remember?
Dan, yes, that's right.
Yeah, he came up to me
So
at BravoCon. It was like one of the 3 people that recognized me. I was so excited.
he's so sweet.
Yeah.
And he was like, look, I'm spreading the Keisha plan. So he sends me this text message exchange between him and a friend. And I can't remember who they're talking about. He goes, that's why they need to do the Keisha plan. And he like explains it. And then her response was Keisha in prison?
No, she will try to tell you that and trick you, but no, she was not.
I died. I'm like, that is so fucking funny. Like, was
That
she in
is
prison too?
that is so funny. So
Surprisingly not.
yesterday the family, but let me finish this and I'll tell you about something
Okay.
else to remind me. So JK says to Alex or Brooke, I don't know, he's outside talking to production. I gave you every piece of me and you shattered me, bro. And then we see
Okay.
Brooke walking out of a restaurant going, I'm over it, which hopefully this means JK is getting back with Alex.
Or anybody else except for her.
Yeah.
I don't care who it is.
Will says, good things about diamonds, resale value stays high. And then we see Courtnee crying, and I think they're fine.
Okay.
We see some cop sirens, but that's a fake out. That's it for next week. Next week's the finale, guys. But okay, so yesterday I'm in the kitchen, I was making coffee or something, and I said something about, we're talking about people that were going to New York.
Okay.
And I said, yeah, Keisha's going. And Dave starts going, what's that song? Keisha, do you love me? Are you riding? Feeling
Kiki,
dirty?
do you love
And
me? Yeah.
I go, it's not Keisha. And then John comes in the room and goes, bro, that's Drake. And I go,
Yeah.
well, we don't like Drake because we like Kendrick Lamar. And I go, no, but it's not Keisha. And Dave goes, but it is. I go, but it's not. I would know
It's
because I like
Kiki.
that song.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was like,
It's
because
Kiki.
literally nobody picked up their phone to look it up. We just kept on with the next conversation. And it just occurred to me just that minute. I was like, Kiki, it's Kiki. Do you love me?
Which
Are you
is my
riding?
nickname.
Yep, which is your
So
nickname.
it's
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when the
Okay.
song came out, it's like, Drake, I heard you're looking for me.
Between you and Chantel. Yeah.
Right.
Keisha, you're going to get to meet Chantel.
You guys, I was telling Mary Payne how I'm a nervous wreck about this whole event.
So stupid.
When you sent me that email, I'm like, this is real adult shit. Like on our text message thread, I feel like I'm talking to all adult people and I don't know what to say, like to respond to you guys. I'm like, I'm going to be like this small little child who's sitting at the adult table with all these adults. I don't know how I'm supposed to act. I'm a nervous wreck to meet everybody. James is like, is it going to be weird when you see Mary Payne? I'm like, no, because we see each other all the time.
You literally just saw my whole boob in midsection as I stood up. I was like, girl.
We have seen each other like with our hair messed up, no makeup on, red eyes, snot, all kinds of shit. I'm like, no, I don't think it's gonna be weird at all. It's just like, oh, hey, bitch. I get to see you. Give me a hug.
You promised you were going to sing Ebony and Ivory, so I'm expecting
I will probably have to sing Ebony and Ivory. Yeah, and have to most definitely make a TikTok about that. Yeah.
Please warn me. Please warn me before you put me on TikTok, for fuck's sake.
Oh, I will.
Listen, I do wish that our social media girl Kristen was coming because she always takes like really great pictures and comes up with funny TikToks and stuff. But it was like,
okay.
But you know, Jake and Matt and I are like, girl, we can't fly her out from LA. We broke.
Oh, she lives in LA.
Yeah.
I never thought that she lives somewhere else. Oh, okay.
She does.
That's unfortunate.
And Caitlin, who runs the company that Kristen's on her own, but she also works sometimes for Caitlin's been on maternity leave. Caitlin lives in Canada.
Isn't that weird how we're all over the place? And like literally, I forget that we're all in different places.
Yeah, it's like because you wrote me and said, when are you leaving New York? And I was like, Wednesday morning early because I got to get back. I got to get back to the beach and then I got to record it. Speaking of, we got to talk about the Valley. We'll do that off mic. All right, guys, this week we have Keisha on Mondays for Love After Lockup. You just heard that. And then we have Tuesday, we have Kimberly. what's going to happen with the Valley this week is questionable because
Mm.
we're going to figure out if Keisha can't do it, then Kimberly's going to do it with me.
Mm-hmm.
Then we also have this week, we have Pop and Bravo with Melissa. So Melissa has a podcast, but also a very funny Instagram called Your Bish, Bish, Your Bish Therapist.
Okay.
So she started working initially with Amy Phillips over on Drama Darling. And the whole
Mm-hmm.
Your Bish Therapist comes from Your Bitch Wife from Real Housewives of New Jersey, when Joe Giudice was
Okay.
like, "Oh,
Okay.
it's my bitch wife.
Bitch
I gotta
wife.
answer
Yes.
the phone. It's my bitch wife." So
Yes.
Amy all the time will be like, "It's me, your bitch podcaster," and then Melissa started coming going, "It's me, your bitch therapist," and
Oh,
so
I like it.
she has a really funny Instagram. Is like your bish therapist, and she breaks down everything that's going on our shows.
Okay.
So she's got a lot of opinions about the Valley, if you can imagine.
Oh, I bet she does.
So she's on
Yeah.
this week on Thursday's Pop and Bravo show. Amy and I will be covering what happened at the 90-day party. That's what we're covering
Oh,
on
okay. Oh,
this weekend.
exciting.
So that's what's
Okay.
happening on the show this week, guys. You got Keisha, you got Kimberly, you got Amy, you've got Melissa of Your Bitch Therapist. It's going to be a great week. Hope everybody is doing wonderful. I'm in and out of the beach
Mm-hmm.
in New York, so I'm living the dream.
The
Um,
dream.
you guys, Keisha has a podcast, The Libra Lounge with Keisha. You
Yes.
should follow it on Instagram. You should give her a 5-star review.
I
Also,
agree.
you should listen, add it to your list so it goes to her download numbers.
That'd be great. That'd be
It'd be
great.
great. Do all those
Mm-hmm.
things. Okay,
All those
Keisha,
things.
I'm going to see you when this comes out on Monday. We will have met each other. Whoop, whoop,
Woo! Look at
whoop.
us.
Okay, bye.
Bye.